Hi, we're Brian and Jen Pinter, and we just finished the BU training, part 1. And one of the things that I came in with, and the reason I attended, I had lost my voice. I just couldn't speak for myself. I was so worried about what other people thought. I was constantly in my head. I was just basically paralyzed. I couldn't speak really at all. It was pretty crazy. The other thing I came in with was I was very judgmental and a perfectionist. And I was constantly judging people. I was being a perfectionist in all aspects of my life and required perfection in all aspects of my life and my wife and my children. And this training just completely rocked my world. It's
I don't really recognize him right now. It's pretty amazing.
It's just total life transformation. One of the things they told us coming in was that this would be one of the top 3 life experiences, or top 5, however you want to look at it. But for me, it's marriage, having our kids, and then the BU training, and it's amazing.
He's him, and I didn't even know who he was. We're going to be married 15 years next week, and I feel like this is the first time that maybe we actually understand each other. And so from that perspective, I feel like this has just been a priceless experience for us. As I came into this, I actually thought I had done a lot of personal development and I was like good to go. And so I walked in really cocky to the training and I was like, oh, I got this, I'm gonna rock this.
I remember you saying like, oh, I'm just gonna hold the space for the other people.
Yeah, yeah, like that's my style. And so, and also I love that you just said that because you would have never said that out loud before. So anyway, so we're like, yeah. So as I came in, I realized like I was holding back words, and there's a piece of this that is so incredible where you gain feedback from other people. And it wasn't, the feedback I heard from others about how I presented myself in the world was not surprising at all. Like I knew that's how I was showing up. But the feedback that I gave to others actually allowed them a space to have breakthroughs of their own. And that's how I realized I had this bigger vision and purpose. And when people told me at the end of this training that I was able to inspire them, it was just a whole different feel. Like I could feel in my heart that they were truly inspired by me. And for years, probably since I was about, 4 years old, I struggled with being proud of myself. And that was probably one of the most challenging pieces of this, was to realize that I had never been proud of myself before. And tonight at our graduation, like people were just looking at me, and we all had this feeling of true unconditional love for each other. And as Brian and I were walking around at the graduation and we were mingling with people, like we just aren't the same people we were 3 days ago. And Brett talks about this time warp that happens where you get here and you get here and then at the end of it you're like, was that like 2 months long worth of training? I don't even know what just happened, but exactly. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to be able to understand who I am and who Brian is, and is so grateful, and so inspired, like to be able to come back to part 2 and totally rock that together, because we came into this knowing what our issues were that we both wanted to work on, and we actually kept that separate. So I worked on myself and Brian worked on himself. We stayed away from each other during the whole training, but when we got back to the hotel room at night, we really did our own journaling exercises, and then if one of us had a roadblock or we started putting up that wall of insecurity, we were able to really connect and call each other out on that. And so I just feel like our relationship's going to be taken to a whole new level. Our doTERRA business is going to go to a whole new level, and now we have some inspiration on what we want to take back to the world. So
I said it multiple times to people that I was just so excited or happy that we came together, because I couldn't imagine coming by myself. Yeah. Like I was knowing that we're going to go home now and implement this into our family's lives together, and I don't know, it's just so exciting.
Also, for those of you watching the video, I don't know if you've ever seen me record a video before without crying, so that's just like 2 thumbs up to Brett for showing me where my voice is and how to speak from my heart, and just really like how to show up in our true light. So thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Yeah.
Love you all.
Bye, guys.